What's up YouTube, Dale here from F4 Games, bringing you an update to Firefist. Now, since the last update, what this deck has received is basically a free eagle. So that they can now produce Firefist or Brotherhood of the Firefist Eagle for free. Yes! All it takes is the Brigade engine, and straight away, what turned out to be a big slog to get to one of your best cards is now as simple as discard one and the other. What this engine will also allow the deck to do is it allows them to set up a negate. It also, more so in this deck than anything else because it doesn't have to force in a Tensu, is it allows the deck to pretty much go insanely far without even using its normal summon, let alone its additional normal summon, and of course the special summon of Panda. Now, as we go through the profile, I'll explain the changes that I've made and the differences of what the Brigade engine brings to the deck, and we'll go through it that way. But for now, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe. If you get this video up to at least 50 likes, it will show the appreciation to this video and the fact that you want me to do a test hand video. So if this video gets 50 likes, I will unlock a test hand video for you guys. With that out of the way, let's get into today's profile of Firefist Brigade, or technically Fire Brigade. So we start off with Triple Dragon. Oh, I remember the days you were 15 quid and now like £1. So Firefist Dragon is probably one of the best cards to benefit from Eagle. So what Dragon used to do, or still does, is once per turn if you activate a fire formation spell or trap, etc. in a dash deck, you can set one fire formation trap directly from your deck. Slightly relevant right now. But once per turn you can send 2 face-up fire formation spell or traps you control to the graveyard, type 1 Firefist monster in your graveyard, accept itself and special summon it. Now, keep in mind, this is not a hard once per turn, it is barely a soft once per turn, because the idea is that Dragon would be revived, and then it will revive another one, and then you've got rank 4 material, or you've got 2 more link 2 materials, and in this day and age, the fact is, you can do all of that, and still climb higher, without locking yourself out of anything specific. So that is where Dragon puts in a lot of work. We've then got Triple Raven, again, another card that really benefited from basically Eagle. One thing this deck did suffer from during MR4 was you had to put a lot of work in to get your link zones free to make your XYZs, whereas now, what you can do with Raven, and again because Raven isn't a once per turn, it gives you a lot of consistency, is you normal summon Raven. Raven then gets sent to the graveyard by linking it into Almirage. Then you get to set a fire formation spell trap directly from your deck. Fire formation spell and traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Little bit irrelevant, but the idea is that you would go Raven then goes into like a fire formation Tenki. You can activate Tenki and then you continue to do stuff from there. Or you go Tensu. Tensu normal summons another monster. And then the idea is you're going to try and build your plays up to get into Eagle, and that's part of the Firefist combo itself is through Raven, and then you're adding the Brigade combo anyway. We've then got Triple Brotherhood of the Firefist Elephant. Now the reason I've gone with this, and I'm going to show you the other card too, is I've gone with a 3 and 2 ratio. So the idea is that Elephant searches you out Panda. Panda can be special summoned if you activate a fire formation spell or trap, but he locks you into special summon only Firefist for the rest of the turn. So you'd have to be very, very careful when you make it. And again, what was usually done is you would kind of use this as a 2-card combo, or just Panda as a combo on himself, to special summon itself down and then link into your Eagle. Now you don't need to rely on it as heavily. The reason we've gone with 3 Elephant and 2 Panda is the Elephant combo is still incredibly powerful because it still gets you that monster from the hand. It still allows you to recycle one of your fire formation spells or traps. Again, Panda with Elephant all come off of the back of Raven. Raven into Tenki, into Elephant, or whatever way you want to do it, can really, really help get you going. Now, what you want to do with this, and one big specific thing with this, is you want to use Panda as one of his last summons. So the idea is you want to try and build up. One of the biggest weaknesses of this deck was an Ash Blossom. We still face the issue of an Imperm and a Veiler, and of course a Nibiru. But what this deck allows you to do is the Brigade engine on its own is a very, very big bait out for an Ash. And then you still have the ability of using Tensus, Tenkis, Elephant, Panda to still do your normal Firefist combo. Even if you do get hit with an Imperm or a Veiler in the past, you would put in so much resource that you had very little to come back off of. Whereas now, if your Eagle or whatever link 2 you decide to bring out of your Brigade gets hit with the Imperm or Veiler, you still have the ability to extend even further because you still have the ability of using your other monsters, your Pandas, your Dragons, your Buffaloes, everything else like that. One big kind of issue with the deck right now is it doesn't have a link 3 or higher Firefist, which is something that the deck would really do with, because once you've made Eagle, you kind of leave them on the board to allow you to use all your effects for free, but then there's no way of building into a Link 4. So getting a Firefist kind of like Appaloosa would be amazing. Then for the other engine, so for our level 3 engine, we've got double Spirit and then a single Leopard alongside a single Rooster. Again, this is still a old school but does its job combo. And then you've got the final Buffalo, just because you send it, and it's a free summon back from the graveyard if you've got Eagle on the board. So again, free rank 4 fodder. We've then got the one Firefist Bear. Now you can probably cut Bear if you want to. It's not as reliant right now. I think we're currently sitting at a 41 card deck. But this is where hand traps can come in. So this is where you can take out some of the Axes, take out some of the frees. Don't even go about the Synchro engine. Take out the Bear, and that's where your hand traps, your imperms, your ashes, and all of that come in there. Our final Firefist is, of course, Eland. Now, again, in the past, the idea was that you'd build up your entire board, end your board on a Sinto, and an Eland, and that's giving you a monster negate plus a spell or trap negate. And again, by the time you got to Eland, it was well past your 5th summon, so that was when you was in Nibiru territory, whereas right now, because your first summon is going to end up being Eagle, if they do have Nibiru, you're able to get into an Eland way before that, and Panda is one of the best fodders for Eland, purely because it's a level 5. It means the rest of your fodder isn't as reliant. Still very, very good to play, definitely a one-of, anything more can be quite bricky. And then a reintroduction to the deck is Coach Soldier Wolfbark, purely because off the back of the Tri-Brigade combo, you can get all of these to come down. So the idea is if you went for the Tri-Brigade link to a Ferrigit can then special summon down Wolfbark. Wolfbark can then target a level 4 or lower a level 4 Fire Beast Warrior monster, which, to get your combo started, you would have already put a Fractal into the graveyard. That can then come back, and that can give you instant access to a generic Link 4. So straight away, if you are massively worried about Nibiru, you use Ferrigit's special summon ability to bring down Wolfbark. Wolfbark brings back Fractal. You overlay Fractal and Wolfbark into Tractrix Rafflesia. Straight away, after on your 4th summon, you're protected from Nibiru. That then allows you to, even without using your normal summon, that allows you to use your normal summon, or if you were to, use your additional normal summon off the Tensu to then complete your entire Firefist combo. And you can start using Ferrigit as link material, as it is a Beast Warrior, and Eagle just requires, believe it or not, 2 Beast Warrior monsters. So then you could link summon your Eagle that way, and you've already set up a protection from Nibiru. Speaking of which, we do play the Tri-Brigade combo of triple Fractal, double Karas, and double Nerval. Now, to be totally honest, with this engine right here, it really depends on... Fractal at 3 is a must. Nerval could probably be cut down to 1, again, making this deck a 40-card deck. The only reason I've gone with 2 and 2 is in the past, like, sometimes you open up Nerval and you're like... Especially with Firefist, it's a little bit more difficult. In like Ancient Warriors, you had more ways of discarding it. But Karas, again, is just a free special summon that allows you to pretty much send a Beast Warrior from your hand to the graveyard, fine, and then do effects from there. That gives you your full access into your Eagle or into your Ferrigit as well. So Karas at 2 is fine. Nerval is the only questionable one, as whether you pay at 1 or 2. I've put it at 2 just for now. It probably will get cut down to 1, depending on how testing goes. Chiwetenki. Every single one of the monsters I've just shown you there that were level 4, so the only ones that weren't were Eland and Panda, can be searched via Tenki. Tenki not only instigates the Tri-Brigade combo, but it also instigates your Firefist combo. If you could have this at any more than 3, you could, of course would do it in this deck. Now, I've got 2 Tensu, purely because Tensu can be a little bit bricky. It's only going to be useful for you while you've got those 2 normal summons. And if at a certain stage, once you've burnt through your deck and you set up your board, you're going to have less of those normal summon abilities coming onto you later on. Now the idea is that throughout the entire combo, building everything up, you're going to have multiple ways of getting to Tensu, multiple ways of getting to Tenki. So 2 is more than enough. We've gone with the double Desires. Now, again, if you wanted to, you could play Extrav, but if you were playing Extrav, you would very, very much narrow down your extra deck. Like, it'd literally just be free Eagle, free Ferrigit, and then whatever else you wanted to build off the top of that. But Desires is probably the best one for this. The only ones that are a shame to lose is, again, if you lose 2 Fractal, 2 Karas, 2 of your Nervals, or if you lose any of your one-offs that you kind of want, so your Eland, your a top Fortress, a top Lang Peak, Ingen, and Domi, If you lose any of these through Desires, like again, Desires is only there as an extender. So once you've done your Tri-Brigade combo, you would have got the majority of the cards out of the deck that you were fearful of losing. Then you start running your Firefist combo, that's when you're searching these out, and then the Desires is there to give you your resource management for the next turn and to maintain your resource management in your hand or out of desperation. And again, very rare that you should use it out of desperation, but you'd be better off having it in the deck and not need to use it than want it in your deck and not have it. For the final one to the spell, we've got the 1 Monster Reborn, the 1 Forest Burial. Monster Reborn brings back anything. And then for the final traps, we've got the Ultimate Fire Formation Sinto and the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Shocker, yes, I am playing Rafflesia in the extra deck. It was the best rank 4 that I could think of that really got you going. The only other thing that you can do that would help you go a little bit further is, rather than playing Rafflesia, what you can do is play Appaloosa. Because then the idea would be that you would play the combo of the Tri-Brigades. Tri-Brigade would then bring down Coach Soldier. Coach Soldier would then need to bring back Fractal. And then you would use all 4 of those to... Oh, sorry, not all 4 of those. All 3 of those to make a free negate Appaloosa, which will then let you get the draw effect off of Ferrigit. Now, obviously, the only issue with that is that by making that combo, you would have used 3 of the cards out of your opening 5. And then the draw would be putting 1 back. So you'd still only have 2 cards to play with. And it gives you the 3 monster negates. But it does take away from the board presence, because obviously what you have from that point on is, even if you don't make Rafflesia, you still have the ability to make Tiger King, and that can extend your combos further, or you go to Eagle. So basically, if you want to take out Gravedigger's Trap Hole, that's when Appaloosa comes in. Again, you would make Appaloosa as your 4th summon, which means you won't need to worry about Nibiru. And I suppose the other really big thing is Appaloosa is a very, very good bait for an Imperm and a Veiler, but so is Ferrigit as well. So all of the stuff you're using with your Tri-Brigade combo, even if it isn't successfully resolved, it's all there to try and draw out as many of the hand traps. Like Ash, Imperm, Veiler, straight away your opponent's going to be like, I need to drop this now. Now, obviously, if they have Imperm, Ash, Veiler, and Nibiru, and then they're going to OTK you with 2 cards, then welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. But this is the route that we've gone with the Firefists. So moving into the extra deck, we'll start with the Firefist first. Of course, we've got double Brotherhood of the Firefist Eagle. This card's so good. Basically, it allows you to play your Firefist effects without sending fire formation spells and traps. If it is specifically, again, keep this in mind, you can only special summon it once per turn. You can activate fire formation effects without sending fire formation spells and traps to the graveyard. And then on top of that, you can type 1 fire formation spell trap you control or in your graveyard, return it to the hand, then send a Firefist monster from your deck to the graveyard. So that's when you're going to send Buffalo. Straight away, Buffalo comes back, you've got 3 rank 4 fodder. So technically it does what Ferrigit does as well, but Ferrigit brings from the hand rather than the grave. So a bit of both. A bit of both. I suppose with Ferrigit, if you've got the Coach Soldier, you save your normal summon and still get the rank 4. Then of course we've got 2 Tiger King. Gotta love the Tiger King. There's a reason the Tiger is the king. See, I'm a bit surprised. It should have been like Brotherhood of the Firefist Lion King. Maybe Lion King's trademark. Because obviously Lion is considerably known as the king of the jungle. But still love the ulties, love Tiger King, such a good card. And then we do, because we are playing Firefist, play the 1 Swan, the 1 Horse Prince, and the 1 Cardinal. Now, again, the Cardinal is a bit more specific because it requires you to 2 Firefists, but it does give you that return to hand rather than destruction, which is quite nice, and it does recycle some of your materials. Horse Prince is only in there if you're playing the Synchro Engine, and again, the Synchro Engine is again just to make the Horse Prince. Horse Prince brings another one from brings Rooster, and Rooster can then trigger the combo off as well. It's not a necessity that you always go for, and neither is Swan. Swan is more offensive than defensive. Horse Prince is extension, and Cardinal is defensive. Then, of course, like I said, the 1 Track Tricks Rafflesia, this can easily be an Appaloosa. It depends on the plays you like to make, the strategy you want to take, and kind of how you want to go from there. Obviously, Appaloosa will be a bit more generic once they pass. Once you pass your turn, Appaloosa will be the better option. So I'm now thinking about it, that's probably what I would put in. Gravedigger comes out, take away a bear, and you probably put in some hand traps there as well. There we go, learning as we profile. Moving on to the Link monsters, guys. So the Link one, Almirage, of course, gets you the combo going with Raven as well, gets everything moving, and is pretty much a staple in the extra deck. Then for the Link 2s, coming off the back of the Tri-Brigade combo will be FREEEE. Not coming off the Tri-Brigade combo is IP Masquerena, just as a defensive option. So again, if you really aren't worried about Nibiru and you really want to be ballsy, what you can do is you can make Eagle, and then, or even FREEEE, and then use the Coach Soldier combo, go into IP Masquerena, which means during your opponent's turn, you can, in theory, bring yourself out a nice, powerful Avramax as well. So again, it really depends on the play style that you, let me get that right. The way you play, it also depends on how you want to control. So again, off the bat of just the Tri-Brigade combo and a Coach Soldier, you're getting the ability for Avramax. You'll also get, and this is not without using your normal summons or anything like that, Avramax, Unicorns, anything like that, but you also have the ability for the rank 4, you have Appaloosa plays, like, it just adds so much to the deck, it's crazy. Heater, because if you are going to get ashed, at least you can make Heater, then bring the ash back and start link climbing, and again, that's probably another route where Appaloosa is going to be a useful contender to the deck. Nightmare Unicorn, of course, coming off the back of Masquerena. And then, of course, we've got the Tri-Brigade Ominous Omen, and you've got the one Bottle Sword, the funky dancing Bottle Sword. So Bottle Sword is just there to instigate the OTK plays once you get to your second turn. Shurag, again, can instigate the OTK plays, but again, the idea is that defensively, if you bring Shurag onto the board, you can then use the ability of Shurag to pretty much lock stuff down. Now, again, keep in mind as well, once you use the FREEEE effect, you do lock yourself, or even if you use the Tri-Brigade effect, you lock yourself into the ability of only being able to link someone using Beast Warriors, which is absolutely fine as long as you're not going to try and do IP during your turn to go into Ominous Omen. But again, this is another one where if you filled up your graveyard going offensively, instead of going to FREEEE, you just make the Ominous Omen by banishing 4 Beast Warriors and pretty much go straight to your opponent's face. Simple as that. So yeah. Actually, as we're speaking about it, again, like I said, the other options that you have are quite easily going to be Appaloosa alongside your Avramax as well. Both great defensive options, but there's only so much space in the extra deck. So Appaloosa is an instant replacement for your Traptrix Rafflesia, but keep in mind it actually eats up the FREEEE Link 2s, which means it's a little bit harder, or you need to put the more resources on the board to get your Eagle, whereas technically if you use the FREEEE combo to go into Rafflesia, all you need to do is get a normal summon on the board. So without Tensu, without Tinker or anything, you just get another normal summon on the board, straight away that links you into Eagle, and then you're going to be able to build your board off the back of that, basically. But yeah, that is it, guys. Simple as that. If you would like to see a test hand video for this deck, all its glory, its combos, and how it uses and abuses the Tri-Brigade to the maximum, then just smash the like button, get it to at least 50 views. If it hits that 50 view target, I will bring you a test hand video as well. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.